Hi everybody, Cheryl and Lady coming to you today from the garden, wishing you a very happy Earth Day. So to celebrate, I thought we could sow some carrots. So I hope you join me today, and I'll share with you a couple of tricks I've picked up along the way. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to amend this bed with a little bit of container soil and then compost on top, because there's been some digging in here over the winter. I'm also going to be careful not to cover up my little coneflowers that have decided to come back. They are perennial, so they should have, and I'm glad that they did over winter. So we're going to start with that. Again, this is really just to fill up a gap that is probably caused by the dog. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to water pretty well, get it nice and damp. The key here, because carrots have such small seeds, it's very difficult to water them when you first sow them, because they can be washed away very easily. If it's ever happened to you that you planted a nice straight row of carrots, and then they start coming up and they're all kind of in a pool on one side of the bed, it's probably because the rain washed the little seeds down. So the first thing I'm going to do to avoid having to water on top of the seeds is to dampen the soil. And this water has some organic fertilizer, not too much. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is just a regular garden stake, a wooden garden stake, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an imprint in the wet soil to give myself a nice straight line and an indent. And it really only needs to be about 1/4 of an inch. So this gives me a guide to where to sow them. And then I'm going to do another row a couple of inches away. So if you can see the little trenches that I made with the wooden stake. And now that I've made these trenches, I'm going to water in one more time. And let that settle in. And these are the two types I'm going to be planting here. I'm going to be planting Nantes half long and Danvers. You can see how tiny they are. sprinkle them like you were sprinkling salt or some pepper or something. You're going to leave some space around the coneflower plant. Okay, now I'm purposely not planting another row here because that is where I'm going to be planting a row of onions, because carrots and onions are really excellent planted together. And the reason being is that the onion smell confuses the carrot root fly, and the carrot smell confuses the onion fly. I don't know what it's called, but whatever that bug is that really likes onions. So they both sit next to each other. Their scents confuse the bugs that would otherwise attack them. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of a sprinkling of compost and just lightly sprinkle it on top. I'm not really trying to cover them all. Just want to make sure that there's going to be some soil there for them to make contact with. Although, what I'm going to show you next is really going to make sure that they have contact with the soil. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place the stake, the wooden stake, right on top. And firm them in. Make sure they're making contact with the soil. And we're going to leave this on until they germinate, which means you're going to need to come out here and check, because as soon as they germinate, you want this wood off so that they can get sunlight. Yep. And the wood prevents them from blowing away in a storm or washing away in rain. So there we go. We'll come back in a couple of days and check on them, and we will show you the progress. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. And if you think it was helpful, and you know some other people who are trying to start a garden this year, or even if they've been gardening for a while, please share, and also subscribe. We'll be coming back and having a tour of the garden in a few days and planting up a surprise. So I hope you subscribe and hit the alert bell. From the Ladies Garden and Home, wishing you a very happy gardening journey and happy Earth Day. Say happy Earth Day, lady. Say happy Earth Day. Yeah, say happy Earth Day. Yeah? Lady says happy Earth Day.